everything goes well. We're gonna find out. There we go. Yeah, it's the middle of a storm, and we're live. Good morning. We made it. Good morning, everybody. Oh, Heather's watching. Hey, Heather.
Oh.
She made it. Look at. She made her way out of the snow.
They should have canceled school, but here we are.
They should have. Yes, they should have. Hey, everybody. This is Billy Parrott, Billy and B-Town Real Estate, and this is Coffee Chat Live. Today, I have a special guest. We have Lee from ARC, a Montana Dance Collective, which is a dance company here in Billings, Montana. I don't know if everybody knows that we have one, which I think is
no, I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah, we gotta get the word out. We gotta get the word out. So tell us a little bit about yourself, for maybe those who don't know who you are. Just give us a little bit of background.
Okay. My name is Lee, and
I like long walks on the beach.
I was born in a storm. No. Well, I guess pertinent dance things.
Yeah.
I grew up dancing, and one of my teachers in New Mexico grew up here in Billings. And so when I was, in undergrad, so around that young 20s, early 20s, she started bringing me out to teach here.
Oh, okay.
And so I would teach the students in the summer and set choreography on them. And so I started having this annual relationship with Montana, specifically Billings.
Okay.
And I became a professional dancer. And I was living in New York City. And when COVID happened, everything shut down, and it was very scary. I remember waiting to see, not to bring up trauma, but waiting to see when I saw on the news that someone in the hospital down the street from me died. I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get out of here. I was like, oh, Montana.
Wow.
It's very spread out. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
I won't go to my parents. I'll go to Montana. So I called Julia. I called my Montana godmother here.
Yeah.
And came out and stayed here for a couple months, and then I decided I was going to move here. So, which ended up being really smart, because if I had stayed in New York, it still, I guess, would have been temporary, but it would be 2 years of unemployment, and what am I doing with myself?
Yes.
So moved here and started teaching at the studio.
At School of Classical
Ballet.
For those that maybe you don't know that.
At Montana Dance Center. School of Classical Ballet. Just plug that really fast. And also a really quick tangential plug. We have a student ballet company in Billings now.
Oh.
So we don't have a professional ballet company, but we have a very good student ballet company.
Nice.
And we are doing Cinderella March 21st and 22nd.
Where at?
Petro.
Oh,
MSUB.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that'd be fun.
So pencil that in, viewers.
Yeah. And ages for that?
The company, they're the more advanced dancers, so there's something like 14 to 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very
But
cool.
we have 70 dancers in the show.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's actually close to what Nutcracker
That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, of students, not of the whole entire Nutcracker, but
That's awesome.
yeah, and that's at from 5. Actually, I think she just turned 5. We had a 4-year-old in rehearsals, but 5 and up.
Wow. Wow. And
Yeah.
they're all little ballerinas.
Little ballerinas.
Oh, that's so cute.
A couple little ballerinos.
A little ballerina too. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, teaching here and joined ARC,
Yeah.
which I was so grateful for.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about something that helps you feel normal and worthwhile. And Billy was in the company at the time.
Was.
So we got to dance together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've just been doing that. And I'm a co-director for the show this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what we're here to talk about.
Yes.
Do you want to give us a little bit of insight of what the show is? I'm
Yes.
excited to come see it. It's gonna be fun.
Well, I'll just say first, my co-director is Morgan.
Okay.
And I think it was Morgan and Kate and I we were doing a gallery event last spring, and we were like, guys, we kind of collected, we have this idea, and it was because we did, I forget what it's called, but the Valentine's Day fundraiser at Lincoln Center that raises money for the music programs at the school.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but we performed in that, and the holding space for that show is the gym at Lincoln Center.
Oh, yeah.
So we're in that nice old
Yes.
gym.
Yes.
And so, and then 2 months later, we're at this other show, and you're like, guys, that gym was so cool. It really made us feel like nostalgia, like school gym.
Yeah, yeah.
We should do a show in a gym.
I love it.
And so if you're doing a show in a gym, either you're going to use the bleachers or maybe we do it like in the round. So in the round is like the production is kind of in the middle and the people can move around, or kind of more loosely, it's like the production could move around a space and people could like also move with the performers.
Okay.
So immersive also,
cool.
you know. So we're like, let's do something at the gym. What ideas? And we came up with this idea of like high school dance.
Yeah.
High school like homecoming game, homecoming dance. And we looked at a bunch of different locations. We looked at like, what was it? I think we looked at Lincoln Center, not handicap accessible.
Oh.
Yeah, so we didn't want to do it there. Yeah. And we looked at some other places like the Y and the college and everything. And it was just really hard to schedule because wintertime, early spring, lots of sports.
Oh, sure.
They're using the gym.
Yeah.
It would have been super hard to actually do it in a gym. So dream dashed, but we also went to a couple alternative venues, including the pub station. And the pub station, you know, it's mostly concerts.
Yeah.
Or they do a ton of stuff, other private weddings, whatever.
It's a big venue.
But it's a big ballroom. They have a big ballroom.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's do it here.
Yeah.
And we couldn't be more excited because not only does it have this huge ballroom, we can be in the round. We can use other spots in the
because they
building.
have little separate
Yeah,
sections.
there's like a little raised like VIP
Yeah.
area. There are multiple literal bars. There's just other sort of corners of the room. So while we will do a lot of dancing in the middle area, the big area, we are going to have the audience kind of, at least with their eyes, depending on if you want to move or not, find us in other spots in the building as we go through the show.
That's cool.
Nothing will be competing. It's
Okay.
not like I have to watch this or I have to choose
Okay,
to
good.
watch
That'd
this.
be
Yeah. It's all one thing at a time. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see that, but I want to see that, but I want to see that.
I mean, if you go off Broadway, you never know.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. But no, so it'll be hopefully easy for the audience to follow because there won't be a lot of literal following. It's more like, do you want to watch it from this side or do you want to watch from that side? Oh, and then we're going to turn this way, you know, so
cool.
Yeah, it
That's
should feel like you're literally right there with us, not removed, you know, on a proscenium stage.
Right.
And it should be, I don't know, extra fun and exciting.
Yeah.
And the theme is, I think, really fun. We didn't like assign an era to it. It's not like this is the 1950s. Yes, exactly. So hopefully it can like appeal to anybody's nostalgia. And we are having an after party. So you can stay after the show and dance.
Yeah.
And our DJ is putting together hits from like the last 50 years.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that will
fun.
also hit all of your nostalgia preferences.
So it's just basically, like you said, going to a high school dance back in the day.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And if you want to, I hope you do, like dress up.
Yeah. So, okay, what attire would you like to see attendees?
Well, you have choices because we're going to have the athletes and we're going to have the prom dancers.
Okay.
So, I would imagine you could go any direction, but you could wear like your varsity jacket.
Oh, fun.
You know, or you could wear like your tuxedo, your prom dress. So you could go any direction.
I know. I think Kate had messaged me and she's like, "Wear your prom dress." And I'm like, "I don't have a prom dress."
I brought a visual.
Oh, okay.
With Kate.
Oh,
so we combined the
nice.
athletes and the.
Okay, I'll have to see it. This
Yeah.
so maybe you can see it. That's
Awesome.
funny. So basically,
That's Kate.
yeah.
So you can see she's wearing her prom dress, but she's also wearing her sports attire.
Okay, I like that. So I could wear a little sports attire with a dress. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I like it.
And here's Maribel.
Oh,
Isn't that glamorous?
oh well, of course, she's always glamorous. There's Maribel, aka Ninja. That's what I call her.
Flowing
I
dress.
love it. I always tell the story of how Maribel and I, when we were in ARC together, We both were you. I don't know if you were with us yet. We both suffered a concussion on stage.
No.
Did you hear about this story?
No.
Oh dear Lord. So because I always tell people like, they're like, dance is not a sport. Yes, it is. Like,
It is.
yeah,
And maybe it's not a sport, it's not a competition, but we are
Yeah.
athletes.
Oh,
We're
absolutely.
definitely a heavily physical activity.
And it could be a contact sport.
Yeah, it's considered similar to soccer and basketball for all the running and the jumping.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. But we're performing at the Babcock, which
Mhm.
I swear I think it's haunted. I've heard stories. But anywho, we're on stage and I'm behind her. And you know how Maribel, she's
She goes for it.
dynamic and she goes all. Well, she went like her head went back and my head just happened to be, we cracked heads. Like you could hear the entire theater. My husband was like, oh my God, is she like, did she just crack her head open? That's
Yeah.
how loud it was. And we both like kept dancing, right?
Yeah.
And we get off the stage and we're both kind of like out of it, like what just happened? You know how like you see cartoons where the stars are like, that's what I saw.
And a little bird.
It was a little birdie and little stars, and I'm like, what just happened? And Kate, who is I think she's a nurse practitioner,
Mhm.
doctor, she knows her stuff. She's like checking her eyes. She's like, yeah, you guys have minor concussion. And we're like, what? But the show must go on, and we
Yeah.
both kept dancing that show, and we had a night show. And I called the doctor, and he's like, well, you can't perform anymore today. And I'm like, oh, I have to. We have a night show.
Okay, gotcha. See you later.
So we both just kept performing, and
Yeah.
I felt weird the next couple months after that, but hey, it was worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it happens.
That's my ninja story. Shout out Maribel. We're always like head buddies now. But yeah,
Identical dents.
identical dents in our head. So okay, so the show is at the pub station,
Mhm.
and it's Valentine's Day, and
Mhm.
also the day after. Correct.
Mhm.
What time does the show start?
7:30.
Okay.
Check really fast.
7:30.
Yes. 7:30.
Like yes, that is correct.
I definitely get that confused sometimes. But yeah, 7:30. And the dancing part, the performing part is only about an hour.
Oh, okay.
So very digestible
Okay.
and not overwhelming. Also, I just want, this is not on topic, but there will be chairs around.
Oh.
So with the whole in the round thing, often, you're standing and you're moving, you can
Yeah.
move, but there will be chairs.
Okay,
So
so
you don't
for
have to
people
worry
that
about
need
if
to
you
sit.
need a chair.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And then it'll just go. Does it end at a certain time?
Like an hour.
Okay. Okay. So we'll dance party.
And then
after.
into the dance party, which I think if people stay, we're gonna go for like 2 hours
Okay.
probably. Yeah.
Awesome.
If people stay.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And they have a full bar at the pub station.
Full bar.
Maybe not hard liquor, just beer.
That's correct. They have
Okay.
beer and some cider. They have some not beer.
Yeah, I think they have.
Yeah,
any-
not a
any choices too.
they have fancy water.
Fancy water. They have liquid death. Is that what they
Yeah.
have?
Oh, they have Monster water.
What?
It's just really refreshing water in a can, so you can feel cool and hold a can.
Does it have caffeine in it?
No,
Oh,
it's just water.
it's called Monster water?
Mhm.
Oh, never heard of that. You know what's funny? I always thought liquid death was alcohol drink.
Yeah.
And somebody offered, she's like, hey, do you want a liquid death? And I'm like, well, I don't drink. She's like, it's water. I was like, oh.
It did take me a while to realize too. Actually, I thought it's like liquid death. Oh, it must be both caffeine and alcohol.
Like a coffee or
Yeah,
something.
that was my assumption. But yeah, no, it's just to look cool while drinking water. Yeah.
Make it look like you're
Hardcore water.
hardcore water drinker. So what's kind of the style of dance that you guys are going to be performing? Is it kind of all over the place?
It's a little bit all over the place, but it's mostly, I would say, contemporary modern.
Okay.
And there is some balletic stuff in there, but I think if you had to just say, I would just say modern.
Modern. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which most of what art does is
is
modern.
more modern style. Music.
Music is also fairly eclectic.
Okay.
The first half, actually, this is going to sound weird. The first half of the show is more like the game, the athletes.
Oh, okay.
But most of the music almost sounds like it's from other countries. There's like a little bit of, how do I describe this? There are very few words. It's mostly sort of just instrumental.
Almost like EDM style?
No, it's,
No.
I wish we could just play some music, but I don't know what to
Just
say.
kind of more different. Maybe
It's different. It's not stuff you just hear on the radio. Mostly no lyrics at all.
Okay.
And if you're thinking game, athletes,
okay.
pump it up, it's like the opposite.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, the first dance is sparkly, but the second half is more like the dance, and that is a little bit more. You might recognize some songs, even though they still don't have their lyrics. There's
Okay.
one song with lyrics.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, or with where we just hear the song as is, and you might recognize that song. It's very famous, but it's from like the 60s. But
Okay.
yeah, it's mostly stuff you're not going to be like, oh, I've heard this before, and therefore I already have these preconceived notions about it.
Yeah.
And what I would prefer to see danced
Okay.
to it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's more like just setting up an atmosphere
Okay.
and a feel for the dance.
Okay. I like that. I'm excited. It'll be fun. Where do people buy tickets?
You can buy them online on the pub station website.
Okay.
There is a online ticketing
Yeah,
fee.
there always
If
is.
you want to avoid the fee, just buy them directly from the box office,
Okay.
which is nice. Then you no fee. People who are part of the community of the School of Classical Ballet can get discounted tickets.
Okay.
So that information is at the studio. We want to give them a little perk.
Yeah.
So if you go online, you might see that they
Okay.
have a ticket option too. But yeah, and if people are like, hey, I want to bring my family of 20 people, but it's a little expensive, just like reach out to us so we can give you the discount.
That's cool. Little family discount
Mm-hmm.
because you want people indoors.
We'd rather have people there, yeah.
Is there an age limit?
No, it's family friendly.
Okay.
Everyone can come. The dancers, little children are coming. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. And we have some student dancers too.
Okay.
We have I want to say like around a dozen students performing.
That are going to be performing with you. Nice.
And one dance is choreographed by one of our students, Rose. And she is a amazing young choreographer.
That's cool.
And she just won an award through the Montana Dance Arts Association
Wow.
for her choreography.
Wow.
Yeah. So we asked her to do something for the show.
That's awesome.
And so we're super excited to have her
How old is she?
do that as well. She's 17.
Oh, cool. I love that. I love to see up and coming.
Yes. She's on her way.
Dancers.
Yeah. Super talented dancer too.
Is that Madco?
She's in Madco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the students who are performing are in Madco, which is a student modern dance company in town, but not all of them.
Okay. My daughter used to be in Madco, which is funny.
Yeah.
And she used to dance at School of Classical Ballet.
I think I choreographed on her.
Oh, did you?
At some point.
Frankie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Well, I did it for like 20 years. I'm like, everyone probably ran through. If they were like in Betty's class, I probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So now, did I see something that there is an adult ballet school happening? Or
There's an adult ballet class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Thursdays.
See, are you teaching that?
I taught it last year.
Okay. So I'm glad
Who's teaching it now is Lisa.
Oh, Lisa.
Lisa
Okay.
Ogar.
Really? Oh, nice. She's
Yeah.
amazing.
If you guys know her,
She's awesome.
she opened Onyx.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she sold it. Right?
Yeah.
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 But now I guess she has more time to do dance again,
That's
and
so
she's
cool.
teaching the adult ballet class at School of Classical Ballet.
Yeah, I got to see her. I was part of performance art that Krista Passini had going on.
yeah.
I watched the chapter before ours, and Lisa, of course, was dancing in it. And I was like, oh, it's so good to see her dancing again. Like,
Yeah.
I remember seeing her when she was a senior in high school
Mm-hmm.
when I went to the show, and it's just so cool to watch her grow.
Yeah.
To watch her grow up. I sound like an old lady right now.
No, it's true. Well, also, Lisa and I are like almost the same. I'm a little bit older, but I had already started coming out,
Yeah.
and so I was, up in college, and she's still in high school, and so I saw her dance. I was like, oh, she's so talented.
Oh, like my mouth just like dropped. Holy cow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But I'm glad that there's an adult ballet or class at least. Because when I was in, I think Terpsichore at the time, which was a former dance.
It was kind of
company.
the precursor to art.
Art, right.
If you ever saw Terpsichore show.
Because a lot of the dancers from Terpsichore are now in art.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember why I took a ballet class at Betty Luce at School of Classical Ballet, and at the time they didn't really have an adult option, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in there with little kids, like tiny itty bitties. And here I am, this adult woman. I think I was in my 30s. And Betty at the time, she's like, "Would you be willing to be in the recital, the show, with the kids?" And I'm like, what?
So did you do it?
I did do it. Because who's gonna say no to Betty, right? And so I'm up there.
Yeah.
I'm up there dancing with these little girls, and so of course I'm the one picking them up and like toting them around. And one of my clients at the time, when I went to the 13 nickel, he texted me, he's like, "I saw you on the stage dancing with the kids," and I was like, "Oh no!"
He's like, "I have even more respect for you now."
I don't know.
That sounds hard.
But he laughed. He thought it was funny. So that's my ballet story for you.
And you kept dancing.
I did. I kept dancing because I was never trained as a kid. Like we grew up pretty poor, and so like my parents never sent me to dance class. Like I send my kids,
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of just learned by watching. Like I used to watch music videos, and that's kind of how I learned. So I don't have like the technical like I
don't know the terminology.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you figure it out.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, obviously, you put me side by side, and you're like, what is happening?
But I am ballet trained.
Yes, and she's a gorgeous dancer. So yeah, you'll definitely want to come watch it. Yeah, all these dancers are gorgeous dancers, and they all bring their own talent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One beautiful thing about ARC is that everyone is different. Like it's beautiful to see, like say the corps de ballet.
Yeah.
Everyone's moving exactly the same. It's so mesmerizing. And it's beautiful to see a company like ARC where everyone, you see their individuality and you see their background coming through.
Right.
And the way that they move and then their interpretation of the movement and the music. And it's just so nice to watch. And mature dancers too. Well, we have like a range of ages. I don't know if it's always been that way, but at least since I've been with ARC, we have people in their mid-20s to mid-40s.
Yeah, it's always been
and
that way.
Mature dancers are so beautiful. Just there's a lot in the choices that they make, and it comes through. And then it's so relatable to the viewer, to the audience.
And you guys put a lot of time and work into it. Like, tell us a little bit about the rehearsal process.
Well, it's kind of crazy. We do one rehearsal a week and try to get a whole show done with that. But everyone is so dedicated that people who can will, especially as we get closer to the show, they'll try to get to the studio and like rehearse themselves or get a couple people together and rehearse and ask questions and clarify everything, and then send messages to the group like, "Oh, we figured this thing out." But everyone is so dedicated. Like that we do it on Mondays. That Monday evening is like very precious.
Yeah.
And like people work really hard not to ever have any conflicts come up.
Right.
Like if you're really sick, then you're not there, because everybody loves it so much and we love dancing together so much too. All the people in ARC are wonderful people.
Yeah.
So it's just really beautiful and I think it comes through in the dancing. It comes through in the choreography itself.
Yeah.
People go for it. They come up with really interesting stuff. Nothing too wild. I feel like everything is also still really appealing to watch. Not that there's not anything wrong with really avant-garde stuff, but we tend to do more like we entertain.
Yeah.
We're not getting too esoteric.
Right.
And I think the fact that we have so much fun dancing with each other just really comes through when we perform. I feel it's funny for me to say this to you because like you already know all this stuff. So it's really fun for us to work together and work together both as equals as dancers, but also as like a choreographer with a dancer and as a director with a whole group and putting together a show. Like it feels like this thing that we've put together and worked so hard on and is really worth sharing and
Mhm.
really worth seeing.
Yeah.
So people who are nervous, like, oh, I've never seen dance before, I've never seen modern dance, I only go to the Nutcracker, or what is this in the round?
Right.
I'm scared.
I'm scared when it's happening.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
We are normal people who just want to entertain
We want
you.
to dance. We want to perform.
Yeah. Or if you've never been to the pup station before,
The pump
Like-
station's cool.
it's very cool. I
Mhm.
was so impressed when I went there. It is, I think it might be like the cleanest venue
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
in Billings, like literally clean.
Mhm.
And yes, there's a bar and everything, but it's
Yeah.
not,
I've never
we don't
seen.
think of like, oh, dark
No.
bar, you know,
No.
it's so welcoming.
They've had a lot of artists there.
A lot,
A lot of
yeah.
music
A
artists.
wide range of
Yeah.
shows there. Yeah.
And it used to be a bus station.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
It was great. The Greyhound bus
Yeah,
station,
the Greyhound
right?
bus
Yeah.
station.
So, I mean, what a glow up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
But it's so brilliant too because it's so spacious and then, but also like they have a ton of bathrooms and there's
Yeah.
like space where you would have been waiting or you would have gotten a snack or whatever. Like it's really like a smart building because it
Yeah.
was so like a utilitarian
They even have
space.
food
Yeah.
choices too.
Yeah, we'll have food at our after party.
Ooh,
What a time.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm forcing my husband to take me for Valentine's Day. I know what I'm doing for Valentine's Day. You're taking me to this.
You dressed up. You get your lady a corsage.
Ooh, oh, a corsage. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching. Get me a corsage. That's a good idea. I like it.
Well, and like realistically, what are you gonna do on Valentine's? Gonna like go out to dinner?
Boring.
Boring. I would still go
Boring.
out to dinner. But
Me too.
if you want to do something really cool and different, and
Yeah.
that your significant other will be like, this was such a beautiful idea.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. You can't beat that.
At dinner, see a
See a
dance show,
and then dance afterwards.
and you can dance after.
Oh
You can.
yeah.
You don't have to do a middle school dance.
I love that. I'm gonna totally do that. Well, it's funny because it'll bring back memories. My husband and I went to the Winter Formal
Oh my
when I was
gosh.
in high school.
Yeah.
Like I still have the pictures of it, and of course, like I think the dress I had to borrow from somebody. I had no money, and yeah, that was so funny. He wore a cheesy tux. So bring back
Yeah.
those memories.
Yeah, depending on when you got together with your significant other, you get
Yeah.
some major nostalgia.
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yay! I'm so excited. So tell us a little bit if there's somebody watching and they're a dancer and they're like, "Ooh, I want to be part of this group." Are you guys taking auditions? Are you doing auditions?
If there are any dancers out there, we want to meet you.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
We have auditions.
Okay.
So if you're a beginner, probably not gonna want to dance with us.
Yeah.
But people move to Billings all the time
Mhm.
from all over the place. Or even if you grew up here, like obviously, if you learn from Betty all your life,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna know how
Yeah.
to dance. So anyway, basically, I think we did it really well last summer. We're gonna keep this process. Like throughout the summer, we try to keep our weekly class. It's instead of a rehearsal, we do like a class.
Okay.
And you can come like any Monday throughout the summer and see if you like working with us. And then if we like you,
Yeah.
and then we keep you if we do.
Yeah, which is nice because when I auditioned for Terpsichore, it was way scarier. Like I remember Carly Green, her and I didn't know her and she didn't know me, and we're both auditioning, and I was scared to death because all the dancers like Allison, all those guys were sitting there, Ricky, Maribel.
Oh, they actually had like a judge's table.
Yeah, they
thing?
were all at a table, like how you would envision audition.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Carly and I both had to go up there and we had to learn something and then show it to them. And I saw
Oh,
Carly
wow.
and I was just like, I'm not getting in. Like, you know what I mean? And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not getting in. So when I got the call later that night from Ricky, I was like, seriously? For real? Like I'm in? Okay.
That is
Like,
awesome. That is amazing that she put you through that.
I know.
We don't do it that way.
Thank God.
We're like, come and take a couple of classes with us and let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if they mesh.
Well, and also like sort of a secondary aspect of that is will you keep coming on Mondays in the summer and show that you're dedicated?
Yes.
Because that's a huge thing. Like Mondays are so important. You have to show up. If you don't show up, you're not going to learn these dances. We only rehearse once a week.
That's just it.
So yeah,
And you got to learn. You got to learn fast
and retain it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If anyone out there who isn't a dancer has ever tried to learn a dance quickly and retain it,
it's hard.
That is an art form in and of itself.
Absolutely.
There's the athleticism. There's the coordination. That's why a lot of athletes take dance as like cross training for coordination. Also for jump training, especially ballet. And there's working out your brain. Like, and if any of you ever danced and then stopped and then tried again, you know, things come back at different rates. You can get the strength back, I think. Depending on who you are. The strength faster than the brain coordination. And then there's the brain to body coordination. It all comes back at like different speeds.
Like for me, that was my challenge. I'd be like, everybody would be getting all quick, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this home and digest it and do it over and over and over again, and then I'll be back and I'll be fine. But everybody else is like, got it. I'm like, oh crap.
Well, that's what's so fun about the group is that everybody has those different backgrounds, and some people are like, I'm videotaping this and I'm studying it, and other people are like, no, I got it.
And I always admired those ones. I'm like,
it's all valid. Even the people are like, oh, I've got it, I'm fine. They're gonna forget details, and they're like grateful for those videos.
You know? I know the videos were key for me.
Thank goodness we live in the day and age where we're just like, I'm just gonna watch this video, and not like I need a choreographer to run me through this every day of the week so I don't forget it.
Right.
We have recording.
Yes. Is that your dancer? Oh, we got another dancer.
Kelsey.
Hello, come on in.
We
got another dancer joining us.
I did make it. It's crazy weather. I know.
Come on in. How are you? Doing pretty good. Good. Oh yeah, we gotta turn this now. Okay, hold on. Let me adjust the Instagram.
For me, are we passing? We're gonna. I think we'll share.
I can share. Here we go. All right. So Kelsey, introduce yourself to us. Like, tell us a little bit about yourself.
And welcome.
Thank you. And thanks for letting me be so crazy late. I was really looking forward to being here. My name's Kelsey Small. Danced since I was a very little girl. Very lucky to have parents that were willing to drive me to the neighboring town to dance. And it's kind of my inspiration for what I do currently is I bring dance to small towns because I know a lot of our small town talent don't have parents that are capable and sometimes not even willing to do those things. So yeah,
exactly.
What I do, Small Steps Dance is my dance school, and I bring dance currently to Hardin and Colstrip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you just drive all the way here from there?
No, I live in Philly.
Okay.
So
I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm a crazy lady who lives here and drives there to bring dance to them.
That's amazing that you do that. That's a long drive.
It is.
In the wintertime.
It's a good thing I overthink.
Yeah.
It's a good time to do it.
Awesome.
Overthink her problems.
So cool. So did you train in Billings as well, or did you?
No, I'm actually raised in Browning, Montana.
Okay.
I went to Jean School of Dance in Cutbank.
Okay. Cool.
Until my parents moved me to Poplar, Montana. And for a short time, I went to, I can't remember what the studio was called, but I believe Jack DeVille was the choreographer teacher there in Williston, North Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was only there for a short time though.
Okay.
Till I went to college in Missoula, and that's where I got my dance degree.
Oh,
yeah.
Very cool. So you have your dance degree.
Yeah.
What style of dance do you prefer?
I'm a jazz dancer.
Ooh, I love
to the
jazz.
core.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm kind of one of those that I just love everything.
Mhm.
So even when I rodeoed, I had to do all of it.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, I had my favorites, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna do it all.
Yeah.
We were just talking about auditioning. So, and Kelsey's one of our new dancers this year.
Oh yeah.
Before you came, that was a good segue. And we're talking about how it's like, come take class with us. And Kelsey just impressed us so much. I never told you this, but we were like, oh, she's so strong. Dancer. She's so strong. I was like, we like her, right?
Yeah. We good.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. So, I'm just like most dancers. I do suffer from imposter syndrome. So it is very great to get those accolades.
That's awesome.
Praises.
Yeah, I was just telling her before you arrived when I auditioned for Terpsichore, which was the dance company before ARC. it was a little bit different. Like we had like, Maribel, Allison, and all those guys sitting at a table watching me and Carly up there auditioning in front of them, and it was so scary.
Those types of auditions are the intimidating ones. It was a lot.
So intimidating.
Yeah.
It was very a good ease
Yes.
to just get to dance with them and not have a panel.
And it's
Yeah.
a good way, like she was saying earlier, is to see, like, is this something I want to do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Too. So
Yeah. Because you could also decide that you didn't like what we were doing
True. Yeah.
and our personalities and yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, that's not the case. I really enjoy all of you, and I'm so grateful for the group. I needed this
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt before I joined too. I was like, feel like myself, like
Yeah.
a normal person.
Right.
Yeah. I love teaching, but with teaching, I don't get that peer.
Yeah.
I love my kids, but it's so great to finally get to dance again with people my age.
Yeah.
And dancers more at my level.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Teaching is really great, but I feel like I don't also get to push myself.
Yeah.
And keep up with some of the skills that I've developed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And art will push it.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. I
That's
love
awesome. So are you excited about the upcoming show next week?
Of course. And per usual,
What a question.
I'm very nervous. I am so nervous.
Yeah.
But
Is
that's-
this your first time
that's-
performing with them?
Yeah. with
Oh,
nerves.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, and nerves just come with the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you don't have nerves, then you
Yeah.
don't care about it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Or you have a lot of fortitude.
Yes, yes, yes. 'Cause as many times as I've hit the stage and danced, every time I'm like butterflies, feeling the
Mhm.
puke, you have the
No,
nervous
it's a something to work on to turn your nervousness into excitement.
Yeah,
Or not
right.
let
Mhm.
the excitement turn into nervousness.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's a
True.
delicate balance because nerves can also take you out.
Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Where you need to be, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all that hard work, like months of hard work, like, oh, I really
Right.
didn't do what I should have done.
Right.
Yeah.
Just being out here somewhere.
Yeah.
Worried rather than grounding and staying in the moment.
How long have you guys been working on this particular show?
Did we start in September?
We did start in September, but I know some of the choreography was being played with this summer.
Okay.
But I feel like September is when we
Yeah.
required
Yeah.
start. We're getting the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
maybe August was like a little bit of a rough start, but then September was, I think after Labor Day was our official.
Yeah,
Everybody
first
starting.
practice.
Okay. Cool. I'm
Mhm.
excited to see it. It'll be fun.
I'm excited to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got some funny questions to ask you guys. Oh, by the way, are you guys both on TikTok?
I am.
Did you see the thing that Lady Gaga's doing for promoting her new song where if you send in like you doing her choreography from Abracadabra, you send it in to MasterCard and they are gonna select dancers to be in a video.
Ooh, sweet.
Wow.
So you guys need to do
We
it.
should do it. I did see, is it Cost and Mayer? That must have been what they were doing.
I don't
'Cause they-
know.
Do you know them? You
No.
need to follow them.
Yeah. Okay.
There are a couple that started doing during COVID,
Uh-huh.
and they're professional dancers. I think they were in New York, is where they
Oh.
met,
Okay.
and they just did really cool. They're more like hip hop style
Yeah.
choreography together,
Okay.
and now they're just a huge phenomenon
Oh,
on
nice.
TikTok. Cost and Mayer.
Cost and Mare.
Yeah, and that's because he's Austin and she's Maribeth or
Oh.
something. And when they did dictation, it wrote that out, and they just went with it.
Oh, funny. I like that. That's cool. Have you guys heard the new song by Lady Gaga? It's very dancey. It's very old
That's
school
not
Lady
surprising
Gaga.
to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm like, yes,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
give it to me. So just know that that's happening. So you should do that. Okay, so these are just kind of some funny ones. If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I don't have a.
Yeah, some were paying me a lot.
Where are you gonna pay me some money?
Right.
A beautiful stage with heat and a good stage, a good surface, and a good amount of space in the wings and a good backstage area
Right.
and a full house and
I like
where they feed me.
Right.
And they
That's
feed you.
good. Yeah. I've never really thought of that question, but I just like to dance and perform. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Let's see. Oh, who in the dance world would you most like to have a dance off with? It could be a celebrity, it could be a professional dancer.
Someone who's not very good, so I win.
Right? You're like, ditto.
I would prefer to maybe collab. That would be
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah, I know. I was like with my friends so we can just laugh a lot.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. How do you get into the zone before a performance? Is there any rituals that you do?
I don't have any rituals. I'm one of the, I stay really quiet.
Okay.
Like no music,
Oh,
no
interesting.
like chit chat, just like calm and like just little, just checking in with each other because I don't like the like nervous energy. I like to just be like
Okay.
and I'm just making sure I like get my hair done,
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
similar. Just warm up, and
Yeah.
even though I do get nervous, I'm the same. I can't let it get to me, so
Yeah.
I have to really keep things calm and focused.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do think it's one of those things where if you're like, I am going to be calm, I'm going to be the calm one.
Mm-hmm.
It does actually keep you calm.
Make you calm.
Yeah. And if someone else is getting nervous, like, I'm going to help them. I am the calm one. And it just also helps.
Helps you too.
Yeah.
It's funny. I still do. So Ricky, back in terpsichore days, she always had our warm ups. I don't know if you guys still do them, but anyway, it was to Sleepyhead. That song, Sleepyhead. I still do that warm up.
Oh.
Like when I'm at BST at the theater, I get on the stage while everybody else is getting ready. So I have a whole stage to myself. I'm looking at where the seats are and the lights, and I'm doing that warm up. And I do it every time. And if I don't do it, I feel weird.
Yeah.
And then I psych myself out. I'm like, I need to do my warm up.
Yeah. There are certain things like, if you don't do them, you feel weird. But,
Yeah.
I don't have anything extra. It's more like if I don't do my hair first.
Okay.
I want to do my hair first and then my makeup. Then, things like that just feel weird.
Yeah. There's like kind of a routine, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting back at the routine. I haven't performed like this for
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's so cool. I love it.
refiguring all this out.
Yeah, we're
You
figuring it
gotta
out.
start doing your day makeup as stage makeup to get back into, because that's hard
Right?
to remember.
Or just
how to
makeup
do.
in general.
Yeah,
you get
theater
like
makeup.
that. That's why I'm wearing eyeliner.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna come. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
Get used to
practicing
it.
now.
It's actually
Well-
wise because I love makeup for what it does.
Yeah.
But I hate makeup for the time and the
Mm,
effort,
yeah.
and it's not an easy skill, to be honest. Like I'm very impressed with women who have beautiful, like, and they do like their eyeliner, and it's just, I'm impressed with that.
Mhm. Yeah. That's
I mean,
awesome.
I'm impressed with you right now.
Yeah, very.
Good.
Your
Your
makeup
day,
looks-
your regular day,
your day
you look
makeup is
very put together.
I do? Well,
Yes.
thanks. I'm all wearing a hat.
And you guys might not be able to see it, but she has a really cute little Montana necklace.
I know, isn't
I love
this
it.
cute? I got this at Shield.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I saw it. And I'm like, must have it because as much as I travel, like I want people to go, "Oh, Montana, you're from Montana." To start a conversation. It's all marketing for me. Let's see. Oh, can you share a behind the scenes secret about the life of a dancer that most people wouldn't know? These are chat GPT
personal,
questions,
right?
by the way.
Well, we are athletes, and I think people don't think about the fact that what we do is, well, I think people know what we do is really hard, like because they're like, oh, I couldn't do that, but I don't think people realize that some of the stuff we do is actually like really unnatural for the human body, and you can be in a lot of pain.
Oh God, yes.
You need to do a lot of conditioning and or physical therapy or Pilates or go to the gym or whatever it is, and keep yourself in like a certain minimum amount of shape just to do anything that we do.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you might still be in pain, and you have to do a warm up, and you have to do a cool down, and like you're gonna feel the effects, especially since we are more mature dancers. You're not like that 13-year-old who's like, and they're fine, and they don't have to do anything and not worry about it, or like get a concussion or get hurt, and like the next day they're like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like we will not be
No.
okay. So
Yeah.
I guess people understand that what we do is hard, but I don't think they realize how hard it is, and that it takes a tremendous amount of effort outside of the studio to do what we do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. I always make a funny joke when my dancers are having a tough time. I'm like, dance is hard. It's difficult, but it's worth it. If it was any easier, they'd call it football.
I like it.
Well, gosh, I think almost 30 years ago now, I remember an article came out. It was just in, say, like Newsweek or something that was like easily accessible to people who got magazines. And they did something where that some measure, I don't know what the measures were, but dance was the second hardest sport.
Really?
Of these.
Was soccer first or something?
Yeah, it was either soccer or maybe it was football because of all the.
I think soccer might have
impact.
more endurance too. So
Yeah.
I know that's a big sport.
Yeah. And it has just as many. It has a very high, especially if you look at like ballet, a really high percentage of a frequency of injury.
Oh yeah, especially ballet when you're on point.
Yeah. Point work, the flexibility that's required, and the range of motion that's required, and the repetition. Repetition is so critical. And also in the dance world, we don't have seasons. I mean, we do, but like if you play baseball, you play baseball for your season, and then you're off.
Right.
Or maybe you do a different sport. So it's naturally built in that you have time off and you have cross training. And dance, you just keep dancing.
Yeah.
And you keep doing the same dancing, unless in your life you have really diversified your week, and you do the same stuff over and over and over and over again. And most people, and this is true in other sports too, but you're not taught how to take care of your body. You're not taught how to condition properly, and how to strength is so important. Especially in dance, it's like stretch, stretch, stretch. But you can't actually use your flexibility if you're not strong.
Right.
You're going to fall apart. Right. So these things are not really emphasized, especially at a young age, when it is easier for kids. But that's really when you need to be like, you can be strong.
Yeah.
And that's going to make you a better dancer. And we need to be treating, and the world of dance is shifting, but we need to treat dancers like athletes and have on-site care for them and have athletic trainers available for them and have cross training for them. And that is starting to change. Like the big companies are starting to have that. They have that.
Yeah.
But the freelance dancer, the regional dancer, we don't. And you have to have that knowledge in order to
protect your body.
Protect your body and pursue that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It kind of also ties back to the concept that people also, I don't think, put two and two together as to how challenging and beneficial dance is for all athletes. Brings me back to another dancer who her brother would always say that we're not athletes, it's not a sport, which it's not necessarily a sport. But I told her to go challenge him to go find how many athletes take dance to be better athletes, and how many dancers are taking any sport to be a better dancer.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that ain't happening.
Yeah.
There's so many professional athletes that take ballet specifically to better their craft, and it doesn't go the other way around, and that says a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. Okay, so question: who is your favorite dancer, like famous dancer or choreographer?
Well, I grew up doing ballet, and so ballet is kind of my main thing. And so my favorite ballet choreographer probably is George Balanchine.
Okay.
He is probably still considered to be the most famous American choreographer, even though he's from Russia. He was from Russia, but he helped us. He wasn't the first person, but he helped establish ballet as an American art form. And so his choreography is considered very American. His work helped shape what ballet is in America.
Okay.
And his works are still performed today. Very famous choreographer. And he co-founded New York City Ballet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the School of American Ballet. Well, also a little bit of a cross promotion with the Cinderella.
Yeah, it's
March 21st and 22nd. We're doing Cinderella, and it's all original choreography, except we're doing the 4 season fairies that were choreographed by Sir Frederick Ashton.
Ooh.
And Ashton is a major British ballet choreographer, and he danced for and choreographed for the Royal Ballet.
Oh,
And so
wow.
these variations are so beautiful. And it's interesting because I think he first did them in the 50s, and contemporary ballet was kind of just starting to like simmer. And as contemporary classical music came around, and so people like Balanchine and Ashton, and they're using this new music, and their movement became different. It's not classical ballet,
Right.
like when you see the platter tutus and everything, and they're starting to do like a little bit jazzier stuff. And it's interesting. Actually, I was showing my students videos of Ashton's choreography set in the 50s, and then how they would restage it, a couple decades later, and then a couple decades later. It was already a little bit more contemporary in like the 50s than say the really classical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can kind of see it being like a little bit bent more towards contemporary, a little bit, like very subtle. I think if you don't come from a ballet background, you wouldn't know, unless somebody was like, see how that's a little different. Oh,
right.
But kind of how classical music has really morphed, and now you could even say like the really new music. Sometimes you're like, oh, it's kind of unpleasant, like a lot of dissonance. Like things can go really in the, I'm still going to just call it contemporary direction because of today, right? Yeah. It's whatever we're doing today. But ballet has really done that. And those choreographers, even though their heydays were like from the 40s to the 70s, we're still performing their work, and it's still morphing with new dancers that it's being set on. And they really shaped the choreography that we have today.
Okay, that's so cool.
Bob Fosse.
I was gonna say that too. I love Bob Fosse.
You can't be a jazz dancer and not.
He's the best. Yeah, his work, I'm just like so amazed.
Right.
Is there a certain piece that you like or show that is your favorite?
Not necessarily. I can't ever remember what it's called. What this one?
Oh, the
Rich Man's
fruit
thing. Yeah.
I got to do that in Sweet Charity.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah. Nova. It was the best experience.
That was so fun.
Yeah. And you can find the whole thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Find the whole thing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people slammed Beyonce for using a lot of Fosse
She did.
choreography.
She did.
But I didn't take it as her stealing and
No.
like calling it her own. She was very much making
such a big influence.
homage to him.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite is have you seen All That Jazz?
Mm-hmm.
The scene where they're rehearsing, and it's like the airport, the Come Fly With Me or something.
It's
Fly.
been too long.
Yeah. And oh my God, that one's my favorite. And Paula Abdul copied that for Cold Hearted. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that whole video is an homage to that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I love the little Easter eggs. Right?
Yeah. So watch it because it's like, oh my God, it's the same thing. Like it's so cool.
Yeah. Anyone out there who's like a dance fan, if you just watch something older and watch newer things, you're gonna see those influences.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Same with the music, right? Today, how many songs are like
take samples?
Samples from
every song
so long ago. And I love I think I saw it on TikTok, and the gentleman does the current song, and then it goes back quite a few songs.
Yeah.
Like back all the way sometimes to the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a few different songs throughout the generations that use. So similar with dance, that like it's set so long ago, but obviously we love it so much.
Yeah.
And it does shape where we go and who we become later generations as dancers.
Yeah, especially hip hop.
Right.
Like tons of sampling happening.
Yeah, and if I'm correct, like they'll keep using the same sample.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like that scream in the movies that was first in the 60s, and they keep using the same scream.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
That classic scream. Yeah, they keep using like the same samples because it's a classic sound.
Right. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Well, cool. Well, we're at the hour, and I know I want to respect your guys' time. Is there anything else you want to promote or talk about before we end today?
just the show. Hoping to see you there.
Yeah.
14th and 15th.
Yep, at the
Pub
pub
station.
station. Mhm.
It'll be a blast because you not only get to see us dance, you'll get to hang out with us.
Yeah, yeah, there's gonna be a dance party. You get
Yeah.
to dress up. I think
Yeah.
that's the fun part.
Yeah. You don't have to,
But why
No
would you?
pressure.
but you should.
Yeah.
Totally should.
Yeah.
Have fun with it. Why not?
And if you ever are like yeah, like I said earlier, like if you're nervous about I've never seen dance or I've never been in the round, like
Mhm.
just do it. Just
Yeah, just
don't
come.
be nervous.
Enjoy it. It's an
And
experience.
enjoy it.
Yeah. That's what's cool about it. It's an experience. So February 14th and 15th, pub station. Get your tickets at the pub station. How much are tickets?
$30.
Each person?
Yeah.
Okay. So take your honey Valentine's Day date. That's what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I'm forcing him anyway. You're doing this. It's
Yeah.
worth going.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah.
And the best of them will go with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Know that.
Yes. Yes.
They would do it.
They'll
Yeah.
do it. And where can they follow ARC? Are you guys?
We're on
all social?
Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So follow ARC, a Montana Dance Collective, Instagram, Facebook
Yeah.
for
On Instagram, it's
future.
ARCMDC, ARCMDC.
Okay. So just type in ARC and it'll come up.
Yeah. If you start typing ARC, it should come up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys both for being on today and
Yeah.
braving the snow.
Thank you so much for having me and allowing me to run in late.
Of course.
You know,
We had a chair ready for you.
yeah, I went to check my son into Child Watch. They were full. And
Oh.
so I have a great friend who I was like, can you sit with them? And she met me here. She's sitting out with them right now. So I can do this. Yeah, I have great support in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Grateful
awesome.
for it.
That's so- and that's what I love too about ARC is a lot of the women that are mamas. They have
Mhm.
kids and their kids are watching them do this. And I think
Mhm.
that's so cool.
I think only 2 of us don't have
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
And everyone has a career,
Yeah. Yeah. Careers and
does different things, just
Mhm.
interesting people.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
lawyers, you have doctors. I mean, you have business owners. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
cool. Awesome.
Great collective.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
A true collective.
Mhm.
It is a collective, yeah. So come watch these ladies. You won't be disappointed. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. You guys have a good weekend. Stay warm if you're here in Montana. Let me see who's all watching. If anybody has commented,
Drive safe.
we've got a lot of people watching.
There are people on there. They probably left immediately though.
Yeah, you know, Heather says, "I love you, gals." Oh, Frankie was even watching.
Aw.
My daughter. Another
She's
dance.
in New York.
Yes, living the life. Just living the life.
So when are you going to come back and dance?
Oh.